Do you know you're touching the queen of the galaxy, human? She said. As I tended to her wounds, Eli Carter hauled the towering alien woman through the medbay doors. Blood slicked his gloves, her iridescent blue pooling on the deck plates. He dumped her onto the surgical table and snatched shears from the tray. Her clawed hand snapped up, grabbed his wrist, squeezed until his bones creaked. Do you know who you're touching, human? She hissed. Fangs gleamed in a maw of pain. The queen of the galaxy. Eli didn't flinch. He sliced through her armored pauldron. Ceramite shards clattered to the floor. Queen or not, you're bleeding out. Hold still, she snarled. Released him. But her golden eyes locked on his, unblinking. Arterial spray hit his visor. Eli clamped the tear with vascular forceps. Pressure held, for now. He yanked open a trauma kit one-handed. Keth, lock down the corridor. No one in or out. The Royal Security Commander loomed in the doorway. Keth Arun's rifle snapped up, barrel centered on Eli's chest, his scaled face twisted in fury. You presume to order me, Softskin? Step away from Her Majesty. Eli ripped sterile gloves from a dispenser, tossed them at Keth's feet. Put these on. Help or get out. Your call. Keth's trigger finger twitched. The queen coughed blood. Frothy red bubbled from her mandibles. The commander hesitated, snatched the gloves, pulled them on with shaking claws. Good. Eli sealed the artery with biogel. Elevate her legs, 30 degrees. Keth complied. Rifle slung over his shoulder now. Eyes darted to the corridor monitors. Alarms blared outside. Eli scanned vitals. Her four-chambered heart fluttered erratically. Human meds wouldn't touch her physiology. No time for anesthesia rig. He grabbed the laser scalpel. Queen Saren, look at me. She focused through the haze. Crest feathers wilted against her scalp. Breathe with me. In for 4. Hold 2. Out for 6. He matched her rhythm. Chest rising, falling. Slowed his own pulse to guide hers. Her barrel chest hitched, matched. In. Hold. Out. Pain clawed her features. But she held. Stay with it. Eli incised the wound. Exposed, shattered ribs. Human field surgery. Fast, dirty, effective. Aliens built for plasma burns and vacuum, not shrapnel from their own civil skirmish. Doors hissed. Vexa runes stormed in. Court physicians' robes swirled. Out of my bay, mammal. Your barbarism will kill her. Eli ignored him, probed for the bleeder. Keth, retract the tissue. Vexa shoved forward. Claws snatched at the scalpel. I am trained for Val physiology, and you let her crash twice en route. Eli pinned the physician's arm with his elbow, continued suturing. Back off, or assist. Keth growled. Blocked Vexa. He stabilizes her. You failed. Vexa's eyes narrowed to slits. This human taints royal blood, Saren rasped. Silence. Her voice cut like a blade. He works! Eli cauterized a vessel. Smoke curled. Her breathing steadied. Trust flickered in those golden eyes. Corridor feeds flickered. Envoy Merrick Solane's face appeared on the comm panel. Human diplomat. Sharp suit. Sharper smile. Dr. Carter. Stand down. Queen Saren's security has this. Extract now. Eli wiped sweat. Negative. Mid-surgery. Merrick's tone iced. Interstellar accords demanded. Her survival shifts the war. Pull out before you escalate. War waits. Eli injected nanites into her bloodstream. Human-grade repair bots. Versatile enough for most xenobio. She's stable. Saren gripped the table edge. Claws gouged plasteel. Envoy, your concern. Noted. Merrick's hologram glitched. Majesty. You're alive? Barely. She glanced at Eli. Thanks to him, Keth monitored the doors. Intruders inbound. Assassins from the Fringe Lords. Eli nodded. Seal it. He sutured the final layer. Skin knit under his hands. Her color returned. Scales shifting from ashen to vibrant azure. Vexa hovered, muttered protocols under his breath. Resentment boiled off him like heat haze. Eli stepped back. Vitals nominal. Rest 20 minutes. Then we move.
Saren pushed up, wavered.
Keth steadied her. You ignored my rank. Her voice softened. Awe edged it. Treated me as patient. Rank doesn't clot arteries. Eli stripped his gloves. met her gaze. "You're welcome." She touched his arm. Claws retracted. Gentle, human compassion. Rare. Alarms spiked. Bulkhead rattled. Explosions rocked the ship. Keth spun. Rifle ready. "They breach." Merrick's hologram returned. Urgent. "Carter. Abandon her. Human embassy evacuates. Her death ends the war. Our war." Eli grabbed a medkit. "Not today." He faced Saren. "Can you walk?" She rose, taller than him by a head. Crest flared. "With you?" "Yes." Keth covered the door, glanced at Eli, nodded once. Respect dawned. Vexa sneered. "You'll doom us all." Saren silenced him with a look. "He saves. You scheme." Eli led them out. Corridor smoked. Blaster fire echoed. A fringe assassin rounded the corner. Scaled brute, energy blade humming. Keth fired. Dropped him. More shadows moved. Eli patched a gash on Keth's arm mid-stride. "Pressure here." The commander grunted. Fought on. Saren leaned on Eli. Her weight grounded him. Heat radiated from her scales, scent like ozone and spice. "You're no warrior," she murmured. Breath synced to his count still. Warrior dies. Medic endures. He steered her to the bridge lifts. Lifts jammed. Sabotage. Keth pried doors. Stairs. They climbed. Blasts chased them. At the bridge, chaos reigned. Officers barked orders. War maps glowed. Fringe fleets closing. Merrick waited, flanked by human marines. "Carter, that's an order." Eli planted feet, shielded Saren. "She's my patient." Saren straightened. Voice boomed. "Stand down, envoy." "Doctor." "Carter stays." Merrick paled. Majesty, his presence. She activated the fleet comm. Face filled every screen. "Warriors of Val. I live. The humans saved me." Gasps rippled. Holoscreens showed reactions. Shock, then cheers. Fringe channels hacked in. Lords demanded surrender. Saren smiled. Fangs sharp. "Transmit surgery feed." Eli's hands flashed across the bay camera play. Clamps. Sutures. Breathing sync. Aliens across the galaxy watched. A human. Humble tools. Saving their queen. Fringe transmissions faltered. "Impossible." "Human filth." "Competence," Saren declared. "Join or perish." Fleets hesitated, then peeled away. Keth lowered his rifle, clapped Ellie's shoulder. "You fight well, Doctor." Merrick scowled. Marines stood down. Vexa slunk to shadows. Defeated, Saren pulled Eli close. Forced proximity in the command crush. Her hand lingered on his. "You built trust in blood and breath." Eli felt her pulse match his. Steady. "Just doing my job." Her crest brushed his cheek. Warm. "Stay." Dilled more. Bridge quieted. War averted. But alarms pinged anew. A single Fringe corvette broke formation, ramming speed. Saren tensed. Incoming. Eli grabbed a trauma station. "I've got you." She nodded, trust sealed. Keth manned guns. For the queen. And the human. Fire lanced across void. Corvettes danced. Eli prepped crash kits, watched her command. Grace in crisis. One corvette exploded. Silence fell. Saren exhaled. Turned to him, golden eyes, soft. "Ellie Carter, my shield." He smiled. "Your medic." Her claws traced his jaw, burst spark of something deeper. More. Merrick stormed out. Vexa vanished. Keth saluted. Loyalty earned. Ship hummed. Peace tentative. But in her gaze, Ellie saw galaxies align. Competence, compassion, trust. A new alliance dawned. Yet shadows lingered. Fringe whispers on subchannels. Vexa's glare from the corner. Eli's gloved hands flew across Queen Saren's scaled torso. He peeled back the rent armor plate. Purple blood welled from a jagged shrapnel tear below her crest. Priority red strip slapped on. Critical bleed. Secondary laceration. Left flank. He traced the gash with a scanner wand. Muscle exposed. Pulsing. Another red strip. Fractured crest ridge. Concussion risk. Yellow strip. Locked in. Her golden eyes tracked him. Unblinking. Breath ragged. Vexa rune, shoved through the medbay doors. Court physicians' robes swirled. Human, cease. Royal medicine demands court authorization.
You touched the queen without writ?
Eli didn't look up. He sealed the bay doors with a palm scan. Locks hissed shut. Human medicine demands a pulse. He yanked a portable scanner from the wall mount, rerouted power cables with a flick. Alien vasculature lit up on the hollow, branching like coral reefs glowing blue under strain. Vexa's claws scraped the door panel. Open this! Keth! Arrest him. Keth Arun loomed in the viewport, rifle slung but eyes narrowed. He glanced at Saren. She waved one claw weakly. Let him work. Eli ignored them. Scanner hummed, mapped her primary artery. Swollen, pressure crashing, hypotension incoming. Need clamps now. He prepped micro-suitors, human field style. Fast. Precise. Saren's voice rasped. Human. Swear fealty first. To me. To the Val Dominion. Eli paused, met her gaze. Crest feathers trembled against his arm. Forced proximity in the trauma cradle. Her body heat radiated through the gel pads. No oaths in my oar, Your Majesty. Consent or I walk. Your call. Her eyes widened. A ripple ran her scales. Shock. Amusement. Bold. You defy a queen? Defy death first. He held the injector steady. Epinephrine analog loaded. Sign verbal consent. Or lead out. Silence stretched. Vexa's pounding echoed. Keth's shadow shifted outside. Saren's claw gripped his wrist. Warm. Steadying. Proceed, Eli Carter. Consent given.
He nodded.
Injected. Pressure spiked on the monitor. Stable. Clamps sealed the artery. Blood flow evened. Good. Holding. Keth banged the door. Doctor. Status. Eli wiped sweat, glanced at the witness pad. Your turn. Sign as witness. Protocol. Keth snarled through the comm. Human tricks. Liability shield. For her and you. Eli slid the pad under the door seal. Keth snatched it. Claws, scratched signature, pushed back. Done. Keth's voice softened. Save her. Eli worked faster, sutured the flank. Scanner fed real-time vasomaps. No surprises. Human triage cut through alien protocols like a laser. Vexa's elite scans would have taken hours. Saren exhaled. Color returned to her frills. Pain fades. You rebuild me. Just stitching. Eli checked vitals. Heart rhythm synced. Strong. He brushed a stray feather from her crest, soft under his fingers. Her gaze lingered, pupils dilated. Alarms blared outside. Merrick Solane's voice cut comms. Carter, open up. Diplomatic override. Queen needs Val care, not your butchery. Eli patched Merrick's feed to a corner screen. Envoy's face twisted. Marines flanked him. She's stable. Back off. You're reshaping politics. Her survival with human hands, Dominion hardliners will cry puppetry. Remove you now. Saren growled low. Claw tightened on Eli's arm. Protective, possessive. He stays. My shield. Marek leaned in. Majesty, he's leverage. Fringe whispers grow. Vexa reports interference. Vexa slunk into frame. Human methods crude, untested on Val physiology. Eli snorted, tapped the hollow. Vasculature pristine. Crude saved her pulse. Your protocols? She'd be flat. Keth stepped beside Merrick. I witnessed. Human competence. Loyalty proven. Merrick's jaw clenched. This upends treaties.
Humans as royal saviors?
Saren pushed up. Eli steadied her. Their hands overlapped. Sparks, her scales against his skin. Trust built. In blood. Eli Carter stays. Doors unsealed at her override. Keth entered first. Rifle down. Clapped Eli's shoulder. Hard. Respectful. You fight like a Vol warrior. With needles. Vexa hissed. Backed away. This insults the court. Results. Insult failure. Eli packed his kit. Saren's frills flushed warmer. Brushed his cheek deliberate. Merrick hovered. Envoy out. He stormed after Vexa. Marines trailed. Bay quieted. Saren pulled Eli closer. Command cradle hummed beneath them. You countered my command. No fear. Fear wastes time. He checked her dressings. Perfect seal. Lives first. Her claw traced his jaw. Slow. Intimate. Compassion. Rare in galaxies. Golden eyes locked. Pulse quickened. Hers matching his again. Build more trust. Build more trust. Forced proximity. Ignited. Her crest grazed his neck. Warm breath on his skin. Your queen commands it. Eli smiled. Humble. Medic's orders. Rest first. Keth chuckled from the door. He defies you again. Saren laughed. Pure. Healing. Good. But subchannels pinged Ellie's wristpad. Fringe Corvette debris? No. Encrypted whispers. Vex's signature. Human poison spreads. Saren tensed. Clung tighter. Eli scanned the threat. I've got you. Her nod sealed it. Trust forged. War's embers? Not out, but in her grasp. Galaxies held. Eli monitored the readouts. Saren's pressure held rock steady. He adjusted the IV drip. Alien fluids mixed with human stabilizers. Seamless. Vexa lingered in the outer corridor, peered through the viewport. Resentment burned in her eyes. Eli met it. Unflinching, competence spoke louder. Keth posted guard, nodded to Eli. You rerouted that scanner like battle tack. How? Field improv. Eli shrugged. Humans adapted. Aliens innovated slow. Saren whispered. Teach Keth. Alliance grows. Eli glanced. Her hand stayed on his. Lingering, deeper spark. Interspecies bridge, built in trauma and touch. Merrick's voice echoed distant, arguing with aides. Narrative war brewed. But here, pulse strong, trust absolute. Alarms flickered. New ping fringe probe inbound. Saren rose. Eli blocked. Not yet. Not yet. She yielded. First time. Compassion won. Keth raised rifle. For queen. For human. Eli prepped crash kit anew. Ready. Her gaze promised more. Romance in the ruins of rule. Shadows deepened. Vexa's whispers spread. But Eli's hands? Steady. War halted. For now, he inventoried fresh supplies, tagged them red, priorities clear. Saren watched, crest high. My medic, more. Pulse synced. Galaxies aligned. But the probe closed, fast. Eli grabbed the scanner, incoming. Hold tight. Her claw gripped. Trust total, competence carried them. Keth fired first shot, void lit. They held, together. Word count 1427. Eli's scalpel scraped bone. Crystalline residue glittered in the wound channel. He froze. Not shrapnel. Toxin delivery. Scanner, he barked. Keth slapped it into his palm. Eli swept the probe. Assay ran. 30 seconds. Red alert flashed. Neural paralytic. Chelatable. Vexa shoved through the medbay door. Human. Stand down. My protocols. Crystals in the channel. Tox positive. Eli held up the probe. Data glowed undeniable. Vexa snatched it. Scanned herself. Non-reactive. Alien physiology rejects your crude assays. Withdraw. Eli ignored her. Grabbed the Kellator vial. Human synth. Universal binder. He plunged the needle. Injected slow. Saren's vitals dipped. Then, her body seized. Claws raked the table. Foam bubbled at her mandibles. Airway slammed shut. Crash! Eli yelled. He yanked improvised tubing from his kit. Battlefield hack. Sealed medevac hose. Ripped it to size. Hand pump next. No ventilator here. He pinched her jaws. Forced the tube past razor teeth. Pumped. Oxygen surged. Keth lunged. Restrain the human. He's killing her. 2 guards pinned Eli's arms. Vexa smirked. See? Overreach. Eli twisted free. One elbow cracked a guard's crest. Watch. Saren's veins pulsed. Blue haze precipitated under skin. Toxin crystals dumping. Shelator's working. Look. Keth hesitated. Rifle lowered. Guards froze. Vexa paled. Impossible. My scans. Your scans missed it. Eli pumped harder. Saren's chest rose. Color returned to her scales. He suctioned foam. Secured the tube. Vitals climbed. Eli probed deeper. Shard glinted. Fist-sized. Etched with micro-runes. He forceps clamped it. Pulled clean. Dropped it in evidence bag. Sealed. Tagged regicide attempt. Saren's eyes fluttered. Tube muffled her rasp. Eli deflated the cuff, pulled it free. She gasped. Claws gripped his wrist. Not attack. Anchor. Keth holstered his sidearm. You gambled her life. Eli wiped sweat, checked dressings, shards evidence. Your enemies tried poison, not battle wound. Vexa sputtered. Lies. Human sabotage. Out. Cart growled. Guards hauled her. Door hissed shut. Saren's gaze locked on Eli. Crest rose fractionally. Healer. Human. Voice gravel. Claw tightened. Warmth spread. Trust etched in grip. Eli adjusted the drip. Stabilizers flowed. Rest, Majesty. War waits. Alarms blared anew. Keth spun. Fringe signatures. Probe inbound. Merrick burst in. Human envoy. Suit crisp. Carter. Extract now. Her survival flips the treaty. Pull out. Eli blocked the bed. She's stable. Moving kills her. Merrick's eyes narrowed. Politics. Doctor. Queen lives. Humans claim credit. War escalates. Saren hissed. He stays. Keth nodded. Rifle trained on Marik. Queen's word. Ellie inventoried crash kit. Pumped fresh oxygen. Saren's hand lingered. Fingertips traced his glove. Spark jumped. Interspecies. Forbidden. Real. Probe ping sharpened. Void shields buckled. Keth fired bursts. Ul shuddered. Brace. Eli shielded Saren. Impact rocked them. Sparks flew. Silence. Then her whisper. Protective. Like no other. Eli scanned her. Vitals solid. Alliance needs you alive. Merrick retreated. Muttered into calm. Narrative slipping. Keth clapped Eli's shoulder. Teach me that pump trick. Field basics. Eli demoed it. Keth mimicked. Precise. Saren watched. Smile cracked scales. My medic. More than hands. Claw intertwined fingers. Pulse synced. Romance brewed in blood and binders. Vexa pounded the viewport outside. Ignored. Probe debris pinged hull. War paused. Trust sealed. But scanners pinged again. Fleet signatures. Incoming. Li prepped sutures. Old position. Saren nodded. Yielded to his hands. Queen bent. Human led. Keth relayed orders. All units. Human protocols priority. Merrick's voice crackled calm. Carter, you're reshaping galaxies. Eli sealed the wound. Dermoplast fused. Perfect. Saren rose slightly. Crest high. War ends. Here. Eli met her eyes. Compassion won. Competence carried. Shadows shifted. Assassin's network stirred. Shard evidence burned hot. He bagged it tighter. Proof. For counsel. Her claw squeezed. Promise deepened. Fleet closed. Keth armed bays. Eli stood guard. Over her. Together. Unbreakable. Vitals peaked. Saren breathed free. Eli. First name. Bridge built. Probe wreckage analyzed. Fringe tech. Poison source. Keth grinned fangs. Your assay saved us. Team effort. Eli packed tools. Mara covered. Envoy advises caution. Advise silence. Saren's command cut. Merrick bowed out. Alonish. Guards posted. Saren pulled Ellie close. Mandible brushed his ear. Stay. Beyond duty. Heat rose. Protective urge. Surged. He nodded. War fleets halted broadcast. Queens alive. Human credit. Trust viral. Galaxies shifted. But Vex's whispers echoed halls. He poisoned to cure. Keth shut her down. Watch him work again. Eli monitored. Steady. Saren slipped. Claw in his. Romance rooted. Competence crowned. Incoming hail. Treaty talks. Urgent. Eli smiled. They listened now. Shard runes decoded. Traitor signature. Court purge inbound. He alerted Keth. Evidence ready. Keth saluted. We're queen. We're you. Alliance forged in crisis. Saren stirred. Eyes gleamed. My human. Eli checked fever. None. Yours. Probe follow-up darkened scopes. Armada? Keth barked alerts. Eli grabbed kit. Ready. Her grip held. War loomed. Trust armored them. Vexa slunk back, begged re-entry. Prove non-reactive now? Keth snarled. She fled. Eli laughed soft. Saren joined. Nullity alien. Harmony human. Fleet sigs resolved. Allies. Queen's call. Answered. Breath out. But shard data pinged match. Envoy Merrick's fringe contacts. Eli tensed. Keth, commander saw. Rifle spun. Marek combed in. Carter, we need to. Door breached. Guards swarmed. The trail hook sank. Saren rose. Eli at side. Competence. Compassion. Checkmate. Cards burst through the breached door. Mandibles clicking in fury. Rifles snapped up, zeroing on Merrick Solane. The envoy froze mid-comm, hands rising slow. Eli tightened his grip on Saren's claw. Her scales burned hot against his palm. He scanned vitals on the bedside holo screen. Stable pulse, no fever spike. Good. She rose beside him, regal even in bandages. Traitor. Keth snarled, rifle butt slamming Merrick's chest. The human envoy crumpled, comm clattering. Shard data matches your contacts. Speak. Merrick's eyes darted to Eli. Carter, protocol demands. Shut it. Eli stepped forward, blocking the line of fire. Cuff him. Interrogate later. Nedbay's compromised. Keth nodded sharp, signaling 2 guards. They dragged Merrick out, door sealing with a hiss. Alarms blared once. Silenced. Saren's breath rasped. Eli turned, checked her sutures. Clean. Rest, Your Majesty. Threat neutralized. Her eyes locked on his, golden slits narrowing. One claw hooked his collar, yanking him close. Mandible grazed his ear, warm chitin whispering. You saw, first. Swear loyalty. Face me. Heat flushed Eli's neck. Percent, ozone and spice, filled his lungs. He met her gaze steady. I treat patience, not oaths. Lives first. She pulled harder, breath mingling. Swear. Eli eased back gentle, palm on her uninjured shoulder. No. Here's my contract. He tapped the holopad, projecting her chart. Written plan, measurable endpoints. Suture strength at 95% by cycle 3. Breath count steady at 28 per minute. Pain below 4. We hit those, you walk. Fail, we adjust. Data doesn't lie. Her mandibles flexed, amused, wary. She scanned the projection, claws tracing metrics. Human terms, precise, proven. Eli logged the latest scan. Shard poison neutralized. Your fleet's inbound alleys confirmed. Trust the numbers. Keth loomed at the door, rifle slung. I guard. No more breaches. Eli nodded. Good. Assign yourself to turning duty. Every 2 hours. Wound care protocol. Sterile wipes. Pressure even. I'll demo. Keth's crest flared, insulted, then deflated. Me, Fetcher, teamwork. Eli handed him sealed gloves. Queen's life, your hands now. Saren watched. Silent. Keth donned gloves stiff, positioned at her side. Eli guided. Roll slow, left first. Check for seepage. Keth complied. Movements precise after 2 tries. Saren hissed once. Pain flicker. Eli noted it. Scale her. 0 claws up. No pain. 5. All claws. She raised 2 claws tentative. Eli adjusted drip. 2. Manageable. Keth grunted approval. Human method. Works. Saren's claw snagged Eli's wrist again. Your scale crude. Teach kill phrases. Court code. Her voice dropped low. Intimate. Eclipse rises. Intruder advents. Shard falls. Poison in air. Repeat. Eli echoed perfect, lips brushing her auditory slit accidental. Eclipse rises. Shard falls. Her rumble vibrated through him. Laughter? Approval? Good. Now, Void claims. Betrayal high command. Void claims. He committed to memory, fingers lingering on her pulse point. Steady. Trust pulse. Keth cleared his throat. Vexa demands re-entry. Claims innocence. Eli straightened. Quarantine first. Full strip. No devices. Keth barked into comm. Minutes later, Vexa shuffled in. Stripped to scales, trembling. Pheromone scanners beeped clean. Eli waved her to corner stool. Watch. Non-reactive only. Vexa hissed, eyes venom on Eli. Your cures weaken her. Alien frailty. Results speak. Eli prepped next dose. Human synth blood tailored to her genome. Injected slow. Saren's color deepened. Breath evened. Keth turned her again. Flawless now. See? Human way. Vexa sulked, silent. Saren's claw traced Eli's arm. Light. Possessive. Stay close. Beyond guard. Forced proximity. Eli checked bandages. Breath counting hers. 28 steady. Contract holds. You heal. I stay. Her eyes gleamed. Mine. Alarms pinged soft. Fleet hails resolved. Treaty channels open. Keth's comm crackled. Purge underway. Merrick's network crumbling. Eli smiled faint. Competence logged. Compassion sealed. But scopes flickered. Incoming probe. Unmarked. Eli grabbed kit. Strapped tourniquet ready. Saren's grip tightened. War's shadow lingered. Keth spun rifle. Positions. Vexa bolted for door. Contagion. Strip again. Eli snapped. She froze. Saren rose partial. Eli bracing. Eclipse rises? He murmured. Her mandibles brushed his cheek. No. Allies probe. Test loyalty. Probe sig resolved. Queen's own. False alarm. Eli exhaled. Breath count. Hers 28, his matching. Bandages fresh. Contract binding. Keth saluted. Your protocols, Doctor. Saved her twice today. Vexa muttered defeat. Slinking out. Alone-ish. Saren pulled him down, head on his chest. Human heart, strong rhythm. Eli monitored, claw in claw, romance in metrics, trust in turns. Fleet broadcast shifted. Queen lives. Human aid. Credited. Stands down. Galaxies paused. War halted, but Merrick's confession pinged incoming. Deeper network. Envoy's fringe. Human cabal. Eli tensed. Saren sensed. Void claims? Worse. Eli cued data. Your court. My scalpel. Together. Her rumble deepened. Protective. His urge mirrored. Door hissed. Keth with purge report. Traitors named. Your shard decode, Doctor. Key. Eli nodded. Next phase. Full recovery plan. Saren's eyes burned. Swear now? Eli grinned. Data first, then maybe. Claws linked, breath synced, contract evolved, probe data unpacked. Armada reroute. Allies massing. Not enemies. Queen's call answered galaxy-wide. Keth grinned rare. They listen to you now. Eli checked fever. None. To her. Saren stirred full, sitting up. Eli supported seamless. Vitals peaked optimal. Vexa peered from hall, silenced. Incoming hail. Interstellar Council. Urgent treaty. Eli smiled. Competence crowned queen. Her whisper. My human. Yours. He logged endpoint 1. Mobility restored. War fleets banked away. Trust viral. Shard remnants scanned. Clean. But one sig lingered. Merrick's handler. Human. Eli alerted Keth quiet. Fringe contact. Off-world. Commander nodded grim. Hunt begins. You brief purge team? Medical angle. Eli projected toxin profiles. Human synth. They mimic ours. Keth absorbed fast. Adapt, like you taught. Saren watched exchange, pride gleaming. Claw squeezed. Team, forced proximity forged steel. Alarms quieted. Medbay secured. Eli stripped protocols logged. No more breaches. Visitors queued outside. Ambassadors awed. Keth stripped them one by one. Chitin plates off, scanners humming. First envoy entered, bowed low. Dr. Carter. Queen's word. Your method's standard now. Eli waved to chart. Endpoints first. Saren laughed. Melody alien. Harmony his. Romance rooted deep. Compassion checkmated foes. Fleet sigs finalized. Peace vector. But handler ping spiked. Eli's kit ready. Her grip held. War loomed? No. Trust armored. Keth saluted out. For Queen. For you. Alliance breathed. Saren pulled close final. Oath. Eli kissed mandible tip. Bold. Live sworn already. breath counts matched. Bandages signed contract. Galaxies realigned. Human humble. Queen risen. Word count 1428. Boots thudded in the corridor outside medbay. Eli straightened from the Queen's chart, his hand steady on the scanner. Alarms pinged low, 2 high-rank transponders approaching fast. The door cycled. Envoy Merrick Solane marched in first, human flag stark on his diplomatic grays. Behind him loomed Captain Lyra Voss, cruiser commander, her marine insignia glinting under the harsh lights. 2 flags. Saren's empire teetered on treaties. She couldn't afford Solane's pullout or Voss's firepower. Dr. Carter, Solane snapped. Tablet thrust forward. Diplomatic override. Queen transfers to my cruiser now. Council's hailing. Urgent ratification. Eli didn't blink. He stepped between them and Saren's biobed, blocking the path. Her vitals hummed steady behind him. Heart rhythm synced. Toxin levels null. Negative. Instability metrics at 14%. Contamination risk from cruiser scrubbers. Her chitons rejecting synth air at 22% exposure. Solane's jaw tightened. You're a field medic, not command. Step aside. Keth Arun materialized from the side hatch, his royal guard fanning into the corridor. Chitin plates clicked as 10 troops locked positions, pulse rifles humming to low ready. Position Carter speaks for the Queen's health. No transfer. Eli kept his voice level, eyes on Solane. Competence first. Scan logs confirm it. Her wound sites bonding human gel matrix. Your cruiser's protocols would shred it. Voss growled, thumbing her comm. Shipboard Marines. Corridor Alpha. Secure the Queen. Footsteps pounded. Marines in void black armor stacked at the door, weapons trained on Keth's line. Tension crackled. Eli's pulse stayed even. He'd triaged worse under fire. Saren stirred. Bandages still swathed her torso, but she rose, mandibles clicking resolve. She stepped into the fray, IV line trailing like a royal train. The room froze. My physician, she declared, voice carrying through the vents. Her claw rested on Eli's shoulder. Doctor. Eli Carter. Acting authority. All yields. Solane paled. Majesty, this human. Silence. Saren's gaze pinned him. He pulled shard from my core when Vex's blades faltered. Trust him, or leave my court. Keth's troops shifted, rifles dipping fractionally. Marines hesitated, eyes flicking to Voss. Eli moved before momentum broke. He slapped the main display live, projecting the toxin shard scan. Hollow bloomed, jagged crystal pulsing faint human synth signature embedded deep in Saren's wound track. This hit her mid-battle. Mimics our neurotoxins. Slow burn, evades alien scanners. Vex's protocols missed it. I extracted via micro-laser triage. Gasps rippled. Keth leaned in, optics narrowing. Human make? Fringe synth, Eli confirmed. Off-world handler pinged earlier. Matches profiles I logged. Solane's tablet beeped. Console override query. He jabbed mute. This changes nothing. Transfer stabilizes politics. Saren's claw tightened on Eli. It ends war. His hand saved me. Your scheme. Boss lowered her rifle. Scan verifies. Marines, stand down. Keth waved his troops back, but kept 2 at the door. Purge team prepped, Doctor. Your profiles? Eli nodded, pulling up toxin variants. Adapt your sniffers to these peaks. They'll hunt the source. Solane circled, eyes darting. You're reshaping alliances, Carter. Council's fleets bank on her signature. Endpoints first, Eli said. He guided Saren back to the biobed, swapping her bandage with fresh gel. Her breath synced to his rhythm, trust etched in every adjustment. Mobility restored. Warfleet's vector peace. She murmured, mandibles brushing his wrist. My human. Yours. He logged the vitals, ignoring Solane's glare. Keth clapped Eli's shoulder. Rare contact. You teach adaptation. We hunt together. Troops filed out, scanners humming with new data. Voss saluted Saren crisp. Cruiser stands by, Majesty. No breach. Solane lingered, voice low. This isn't over, Doctor. Handlers don't fade. Eli met his stare. Neither do oaths. The envoy spun out, door hissing shut. Medbay quieted. Saren pulled Eli close, her form pressing bandaged against him. Claw traced his jaw. Oath deeper? He kissed the mandible tip, bold in the glow of hollow charts, live sworn. Galaxies wait. Her laugh hummed alien melody. Outside, Keth's voice barked orders. Purge teams deploying. Alarms silenced. Ambassadors queued. Awed whispers filtering in. Vexa Ruin peered from the hall, silenced at last. Eli waved her forward. Chart review. Your blades, my triage. Endpoints win. She bowed stiff, optics gleaming reluctant respect. Human, normal, extraordinary. Council hail chimed, peace vector locked, fleets banked away. But Eli's scanner pinged faint. Handler Sig lingered, deeper fringe. Keth calmed in, purge lead. Your angle? Medical trace, Eli replied, projecting profiles. They mimic ours. Counter with this. Adapt, like you taught. Saren watched, pride in her grip. Forced proximity forged steel. Trust viral. Visitors entered one by one. Chitin stripped. Scanners clear. First envoy bowed. Dr. Carter, Queen's word. Your method's standard. Eli pointed to the chart. Endpoints first. Saren's claw squeezed. Romance rooted. Compassion checkmated foes. Handler ping spiked again. Eli's kit hummed ready. Her breath matched his. War loomed? No. Alliance breathed. Keth saluted from the door. For Queen, for you. Door cycled. A new shadow fell. Fringe agent, human transponder masked. Eli's hand steadied on the scanner. Hunt began. Saren whispered. Together. He nodded. Competence crowned. 1 sig to purge. Word count 1423. Eli's scanner locked the masked transponder signal. He stepped forward. Kit snapping open in his grip. The door hissed wider. Keth Aryun shoved a chitin-plated attacker inside, bound and bleeding from a gut wound. 2 more staggered behind. Purge team hauling them. Breached inner ring, Keth growled. Wounded. Your call, doctor. Table them, Eli said. He waved the first onto the med slab. Saren's claw tightened on his shoulder. Vengeance burned in her golden eyes. But Eli ignored it. He triggered the hollow recorder. Procedure log. Subject Alpha. Human mimic transponder confirmed. Triage starts now. The alien thrashed, mandibles clicking defiance. Eli pinned its arm with a pressure cuff. Scanner hummed. Ruptured spleen analog. Toxin bleed. He injected neutralizer. Sliced clean. Clamp here. Your anatomy's tough. Mine adapts. Purple blood weld. He sutured fast. Nanofibers sealing. The attacker stilled, optics dimming to reluctant focus. Saren loomed. Names. Handlers. A breath, her coat, her breath, her coat, her breath, her first grasped through a translator collar. Fringe collective. Queen falls, humans blamed. Eli sealed the last stitch. Alive means answers. He logged vitals, checksum syncing to secure chain. Next patient. Beta. Leg mangled. Eli cauterized, grafted synth bone. Gamma wheezed. Lung puncture. He vented fluid. Patched. All 3 stabilized in 12 minutes. Recorder beeped end log. Keth hauled Alpha up. Interrogation chamber. Now. Bah. Saren nodded. Truth or death? Eli blocked the door. Not yet. Execute a witness, you blind the trail. Handler SIGs match these implants. Trace them live. He projected the scan overlay. Saren's gaze flicked to the pulsing dots. Her mandibles flexed. Curiosity edging rage. Delay, she commanded Keth. Doctor's lead. Keth grunted assent, optics narrowing on Eli. Human mercy. Strategic. Eli wiped his hands. Just medicine. He restocked from his kit. Checksum scan auto-ran. Alert pinged. Tampered vial. He spun toward the supply cart. Vexa Rune froze mid-reach, swapping a regen serum with a dud flask. Her optics widened. Caught, Eli said. He yanked the cart log. Checksum mismatch. Timestamp. 2 minutes ago. Your print, Vexa. Vexa hissed, claws retracting. Human error. My protocols. Log doesn't lie. Eli held up the hollow proof. Planted toxin batch. Sabotage on Queen Surgeon. Treason. Keth's squad surged in. He clamped Vexa's arms. Evidence chains to you. Reroute custody. Full purge audit. Vexa's protests cut off as they dragged her out. Keth paused at Eli. Your logs saved her. He tapped his comm. Security remap. Dr. Carter, chain advisor. Sarian watched from the throne dais, her iridescent scales shifting hues, trust deepening to something warmer. The chamber quieted. Handler's SIGs blinked on the main hollow, converging on outer docks. Private council, Saren said. Her voice dropped. Intimate. You, me, now. Eli met her gaze. Forced proximity had forged this. Her wounds healed under his hands, his calm amid her storms. But boundaries held. One condition, he replied. No guards, no politics. Medical truth only. Deal? Her laugh hummed, a melody vibrating through his bones. She extended a claw, not command, invitation. Deal, Eli Carter. Truth first. He nodded, stepping closer. Her scent, ozone and spice, filled his senses. Romance flickered, unforced. They sealed the inner sanctum, hollow locked. Alpha's testimony streamed in, remanded under Keth's watch. Fringe leader, Envoy Merrick's cutout, the attacker confessed. Humans framed. Queen lives. War dies. Sarian's claw brushed Ellie's wrist. You stopped my vengeance. Gave me this. Endpoints first, Eli said. He synced his scanner to her personal monitor. Residual shrapnel from the breach, now inert. Your rule holds because witnesses breathe. Her optics softened, mandibles grazing his jaw in alien affection. Humans underestimated. You! Outside, Keth's voice barked. Docks secured. Fringe runners pinned. Merrick Solane's comm flooded the channel. Pragmatic pleas for diplomatic removal of Eli. Saren slashed it silent. Eli traced a SIG spike. One left. Masked human transponder. In the envoy wing. Together. Saren whispered, her form pressing close in the dim light. He armed the kit. Hunt ends now. Her grip steadied his hand. Trust sealed. War's narrative shattered. Not by fleets, but by a medic's steady pulse. Keth burst the sanctum seal. Ambush vector. Merrick's pulling strings. Your removal order faked. Eli projected the tampered log. Counter it. My chain's clean. Saren rose, regal fury channeled. Arrest the envoy. Doctor's word binds. Merrick's face hollow flickered in denial. Carter destabilizes. Stabilizes. Keth snapped. Squad mobilizing. Eli's compassion had flipped the script. Aliens adapted. Humans endured. Saren pulled Eli aside as clamps clicked on Merrick. Stay. Beyond medicine. He smiled. Humble. Lives first. Then, talk. Her scales flushed violet. Alliance rooted deeper. Scanner pinged final SIG. Purged. Peace held. Competence crowned queen and medic equal. But Eli's kit hummed alert. Deep fringe echo. New breach pattern. He shared the trace. Saren's claw linked his. We end it. Doors cycled. Shadows waited. Trust armed them both. Eli's blade pierced the queen's scaled thigh, excising the final necrotic shard. Queen Saren Val hissed through clenched mandibles, her violet eyes locked on his. The surgical suite's sterile hum drowned Catharoon's pacing outside the door. Vexa Rune hovered at the console, claws twitching over failed protocols. Human methods risk sepsis. Retract. Eli ignored her. His gloved hands moved steady, clamping the bleeder with microforceps. Human trauma triage outpaced Vex's neural blockers, raw efficiency over alien precision. Saren's leg twitched as he flushed the wound with saline. Mobility restored. Walk test in 30. Vexa snarled. Her radiance requires regrowth vats. Your barbarism works. Eli sealed the incision with biogel. Saren flexed her claws, testing. Pain lines eased from her face. She rose from the table unaided, towering over him at 7 feet. Her tail brushed his arm, deliberate. Keth burst in. Council convenes. Envoy Selene demands your exclusion. His multifaceted eyes flicked to Saren's steady gait. Distrust softened to calculation. Saren donned her armored mantle. Doctor walks with me. She extended a claw. Eli took it, pulse steady. Forced proximity had forged this, his compassion, her survival. They strode the corridor, Saren's limp gone. Eli at her side, Keth shadowed, blaster primed. Distant chants echoed. Kneel, human. Galactic envoys bayed for submission. Humans as tools, not saviors. Council chamber doors hissed open. Hollow thrones ringed the vast dome, alien delegates glaring, scaled, furred, crystalline. Solane stood central, human suit crisp, tablet glowing, Merrick's arrest hollow replayed behind him, cuffs snapping on the envoy's wrists. Saren mounted the dais. Eli stayed flank. Keth loomed rear. Silence crashed. Solane bowed low to Saren. Radiance, the assassination exposed fractures. Humanity offers treaty. Clause 47B. Limit human medics to supervised access. Carter's unchecked presence destabilizes alliances. Murmurs rippled. A crystalline lord pulsed agreement. Vexa nodded from the physician's alcove. Eli stepped forward, voice calm. On record, reject. Medical aid ignores borders. Queen lives because I triaged fast. Your protocols delayed. He projected vitals. Saren's spike pre-surgery stable post. Humans endured chaos. Aliens engineered perfection. Solane's jaw tightened. Carter, you're no diplomat. Step back. Medic. Eli held ground. Saren's tail curled near his boot. Protective. She slammed her scepter. Thunder boomed. Silence. The attempt on my life. Galactic crime. Assassins traced to fringe cabals funded by treaty foes. Holomaps bloomed. Breach vectors. Merrick's tampered logs. Eli Carter uncovered them. He saved me when Vexa's vats failed. Vexa recoiled. Delegates shifted. Crystals dimmed in shock. Saren's gaze swept them. By royal law, Eli Carter holds sanctuary. Harm him, face my fleets. Her claw grazed his shoulder, trust sealed in action. Keth grunted approval, blaster easing, aliens adapted, Eli's humble cuts, flipped wars. Solane paled, radiance, reconsider. Humans kneel in treaties. The galaxy demanded a kneeling human. Saren pulled Eli closer, her scales warming against his arm. I changed the rules. He stands equal. Cheers erupted from fringe reps. War drums paused. Chamber cleared. Saren led Eli to her private wing, Keth sealing the door. Vexa slunk away, resentment curdling. Eli unpacked his kit. Follow-up. Daily stim packs, mobility drills, scar tissue minimal. You'll command fleets by dawn. Saren shed her mantle, revealing battle scars crisscrossing her lithe frame. She poured crystal wine, alien vintage, sharp on his tongue when she offered the cup. You ignore rank, treat queens as patients, lives first. He injected the stim, her thigh flexing under his touch. Proximity ignited. Her breath quickened, violet flush spreading. She caught his wrist. Stay beyond medicine. My chambers. Tonight. Mandibles parted in unmistakable intent. Claw traced his jaw. Gentle. Eli met her eyes. Heart steady, like triage. Yes. Keth's calm buzzed outside. Perimeter breach. Deep fringe echo returns. Saren rose, pulling Eli with her. We end it, together. Doors cycled. Shadows stirred anew. Eli's scanner pinged. Multiple SIGs, masked, not assassins, saboteurs. He armed the kit's hidden stunner. Saren's grip tightened, her form shielding his flank. Keth kicked the lead door. They plunged into the fray. Blaster fire scorched bulkheads. 3 cloaked figures, rogue synthetics, envoy grade, swarmed from vents. Keth dropped one with a plasma burst. Saren's tail whipped, cracking another's chassis. Eli dodged, SIG tracing the leader. Flank left, core overload. He slapped a disruptor patch on its neck port. Human hack code fizzled its shields. The synth crumpled. Silence fell. Wreckage smoked. Keth scanned. Clean, but echoes chained to core worlds. Saren leaned on Eli, breath ragged. Your mind sees patterns we miss. Her claw linked his again. Romance rooted in survival. Protective, unyielding. Council feeds blared. Treaty paused. Humans rose, not knelt. Solane's face hollow flickered from detention. Carter wins again. Eli smiled. Competence built empires, but his kit hummed. Cascade breach. War's fringe unraveled. Saren whispered, Hunt with me. Her scales pressed close. He nodded. Trust armed them. Alarms wailed. Fleets mobilized. Eli traced the cascade. Origin, neutral station. We go now. Keth prepped the shuttle. Doctor rides shotgun. Saren boarded first, pulling Eli aboard. Engines roared. Stars blurred, competence crowned them. Deep Fringe waited, War teetered, her claw stayed linked. Invitation deepened. They dove in, synth swarms greeted them. Dozens, coordinated. Keth laid suppressing fire. Saren cleaved too with her vibroscepter. Eli hacked the hub. Override Lev, shields down. Humans thrived in grit, aliens in strategy. Together, unstoppable. Core exploded. Echoes purged. Return hailed as victory. Saren addressed fleets. Humans save, we ally true. Selene's claws died. Eli's sanctuary spread. Private quarters, Saren dimmed lights. Beyond medicine, Eli's hands explored scales. Compassion ignited passion. Trust stopped war, but fringe whispers lingered. New patterns could.